y'all, welcome back. Today we are going to be making some apple butter, and I got some apples from a local apple orchard and 2 did not survive. They are already beyond using, so we're going to give those to our deer out back. And this will be the easiest way to can and preserve some apple butter, because I'm going to be using an apple butter crock pot recipe. So you just throw all the ingredients into the crock pot, let it cook all day, come back at the end of the day, blend it up, and then put it in your jars and give it a quick little water bath, and then let them seal, and you have apple butter to use for years to come, or you can give them out as gifts. So I got these jars, and I happened to get them on sale for $12. That's pretty good because these are expensive. They ended up being like $1 a jar. But when I see them on sale like that, I grab them up. Usually it's after like canning season, after the summertime, they throw them on sale, and that's when I like to stock up. So let me show you these beautiful apples. I went with Gala. Let me show you the beautiful apples that I have that we are going to be making apple butter out of today. Excuse me. Here they are. We're gonna peel them, and I'm excited to show you what I'm gonna use to peel it with. So this is my apple slicer peeler, and it takes the core out. This takes me back to my childhood because my grandmother had one of these, and that's how we always peeled our apples. But hers connected to the side of the countertop, and like you twisted it and made it tighter. It didn't have this bottom thing, which is I wish I had, because this thing, you're supposed to go like that, and then it's supposed to stick to the countertop. When you start cranking on these apples, it usually comes loose, and I have to do it over and over and over again. So, but anyway, I bought this one on Amazon. I think it was like 20 bucks. But we're gonna get started peeling all of these apples and get them into our crock pot. Okay, let me show you how this works. So, take this little thing off of it, and then there's a little lever on this side that you push down, and then this slides all the way back. So I'm gonna take my apple, and I'm gonna put it on the spikes just like that. And then all you do is crank it, and then this little part right here peels. I put my hand down right here just so it won't come undone. And then this part right here slices. So easy, right? And then at the very end, you just pull the whole thing off. The core stays on it, and you have this pretty apple slices. The girls love to eat the apples just like this. So, isn't that cool? So, I'm gonna do it a gazillion more times and get all my apples sliced up nice and pretty. And my daddy's chickens are gonna love the scraps. I just popped all of them into this bowl. Now, if I wanted them to stay nice and pretty, I would put like some lemon juice on it, but I don't, because they're all going in the crock pot. It does not matter what color it is, so I'm just gonna toss them in the bowl. This is a little bit bigger of an apple. Some of them are bigger, some of them are little, because they came out of the orchard. So of course, you know, they're not all gonna be the same size like a grocery store. And it just slices nicely. Now I'm gonna do that a bunch more times. Pull it right off the core, and then there's all my slices. Here's the last one we're gonna put on. It has really only taken me about 20 minutes to do all of these. And here's my last one. And here's the mess at the end. So all of this will go to my daddy's chickens. I'm so excited that we finally got a small chicken coop that is coming, and we're gonna have our own chickies at our house. But for now, my daddy's chickens are going to love this little treat. So here are the beautiful apples, and we're gonna get them in here with all the ingredients. This recipe calls for 5 pounds, and I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna zero this out. And we're going to see how much that we have. I'm pretty sure this is over 5 pounds. But we're going to check and see. It ended up being like 93 point something ounces. And after I converted that to pounds, we have about 6 pounds. It's like 5.8 something pounds. So I'm going to go with the original recipe, and I might just give like a little tiny bit more. So let me show you what we're going to do with it. To my crock pot, I'm going to go ahead and throw all the apples in. Here is the ingredient list. I don't know if you can see it. This is like a shimmer marker that I wrote with. But anyway, so this is what I'm fixing to add to the crock pot. Okay, we're going to add the cup of packed brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, a 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ground clove. Then we're going to give 2 dashes of salt. Now we're going to cook it. That's it. We're going to throw it on high for like 5-6 hours and see what we got. Here are the apples 3 hours in. I'm taking a little look-see here. It smells so good. So now if I wasn't here and I was just letting it cook all day, I just let it cook. But since I am here, I'm going to take my little masher and just give it a little mash. And I can see that the apples are getting pretty tender. So I'm just going to give it all a good mix up and let it cook. Still got 2 more hours to cook. But I'm just getting a start on the whole mushing it together process. I have helped the apples out and gave it a little choppy chop. Now we'll put the top back on and let it cook for a couple more hours. Here is what it is looking like at 5 hours. I am going to take this and mix it up. So after I mix it up with a hand mixer, we have this consistency right here. Now, if you wanted to put it in a blender, or if you had an immersion blender, you might can get it a little bit smoother than that, but I like it a little bit chunky. You got a little bit of apple bite to it. This has got the whole house smelling so good, and it tastes delicious. So I'm going to leave these little chunks in it, and now we are going to put it in the jars, and we'll give it a little water bath, and then we will have some homemade apple butter that is going to be really good on some biscuits or toast or anything. Even in like oatmeal, it would be really good. So I got these little 8-ounce jars that I'm just going to put our apple butter in. It's going to be so pretty. Here is all of the jars. It made 11, but we've already gotten into one, so we're going to eat this one. But here are the jars. I have the lids boiling, and I'm going to pop them on top and then pop them in a water bath. They are all finished up, and now I'm going to take them out of the water bath, and we're just going to set them right here, and we're not going to touch them. I'm going to wipe the top off, and we're going to let them sit until they all seal. There they are, all nice and pretty and sealed.